Welcome back. All right, first of two reviews today in the National Hockey League. The matinee games being done, Colorado Rangers and Columbus and Florida. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll jump right in. And of course, we will not be discussing the standings until after tonight's video. But let's go ahead and talk about Colorado and the Rangers. So it's Blackwood versus Shesterkin. Natchez has a rush chance that saved. The shots were 3-1 Colorado, 3 minutes in. Burns has a rush chance that's kicked aside. The Rangers press at 4 minutes. Lava has a net feed that gets caught and held by Blackwood. Radish couldn't bury one in close as the Rangers get some pressure. Things get pushy on a hold by Blackwood. We get a power play for the Rangers. There was a post for Panarin. There was also a post for Cooley during that same cycle game by the Rangers. However, the Avalanche do kill that off. And the shots are 10-5 Rangers with 9.5 minutes left. So this was a game of wild momentum swings, not necessarily as wild as what went on over here, but we'll discuss that. The Avs press with 5 minutes left. The shots are evening up as the momentum was shifting. Natchez is denied on a fast break. We get chance for Shesterkin, and it is scoreless after the first period. Second period, McKinnon has a rush chance that's held. The Rangers press at 2 minutes. The Avs draw a power play. There were back-to-back shorthanded rushes by the Rangers during that. That power play is killed off. Shots are 5-2 Colorado at 6 minutes. The Avs press at 6.5 minutes. Malinsky gets denied. And then at 7:06, it's a point shot tipped in by Parker Kelly. The assist to Malinsky and Natchez. Colorado opens the scoring. And they're 13-1-3 coming into today when they score first. But if they don't score first, they still have an excellent record. It's Colorado. There's a press by the Avs with 9 minutes left. McKinnon's denied as the Avs are taking control of the game. The shots are 11-3 for Colorado with 8.5 minutes left. Lafreniere then fires one wide as the Rangers get some pressure at the other end. The teams trade turnovers. Game gets a little bit sloppy. The Rangers press with 3.5 minutes left, but they're kept to the outside during that. Makar is a one-timer that's kicked aside. The Rangers press in the final minute. It's 1-0 Colorado after 2. Third period. There's an early press by the Rangers. McKinnon has a net feed on a rush that gets picked off. Colorado pressures at 2.5 minutes, but the Rangers would tie it. At 4:23, Connor Sherry gets his first of the season and his first as a Ranger. He goes glove side via what was an end-to-end rush by the Rangers. Trocheck and Miller with the assists. So you have a 1-1 tie. The Rangers then press for the lead. However, the Avs would end up drawing themselves a power play. A puck nearly hits Makar in the eyes. His visor protected him. That's what the visor is for. So, yeah. The guys who tilt their visor back so their eyes are vulnerable to the puck, no idea. No idea why you do that. At any rate, the Rangers do then finish killing off the penalty. The Avs then clear it after it's done. The Rangers cleared after it's done. The Avs press at 8 minutes. The Rangers block. The Rangers get a power play with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left. Not only is that killed off, there were no shots during that, and Ranger fans being kind of vocal, booing that. Scoring at home has been a problem for the Rangers. We know this, and you can just sense the frustration with Ranger fans is always just beneath the surface during these games. Shots are 10-3 Colorado with 5.5 minutes left. And then at 14:26, they get the lead. McKinnon bats in a rebound from the side of the net. Natchez and Burns with the assists. There was some booing that I think the booing was because fans thought this might have been a high stick. A, I'm pretty sure this was reviewed by Toronto and they said not a high stick. And B, let's just say you're the Rangers. You're down 2-1 against the Avalanche. And you think maybe it's kind of a judgment call. Do you really want to challenge that and be shorthanded against them with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left? The answer to that question is no. The Avs score again. The Rangers protest. It's reviewed, and they didn't score. The puck actually did not cross the line in that instance. So the Avs look to score again. Makar has a net drive chance that's held. The goalie pull happens with 2:10 left. The Avs guilty of an icing with 1:04 left. And at 19:19, the Rangers get the tying goal. Panarin with a one-timer pass to screens. Zibanejad and Lafreniere with the assists. And I have to say, the cavalier way that teams are icing the puck repeatedly is leading to 6-on-5 goals. It's just, this is exactly why, not that many years ago, coaches would get mad at guys for icing the puck during the 6-on-5. And I'm wondering if coaches are going to get kind of snippy about it. So we go to extra time. The Avs control early. The Rangers take over. They set up. However, Colorado would get the puck back, and at 2:46, McKinnon goes top shelf with a backhand from the slot. Makar and Natchez with the assists. Colorado wins this one 3-2 in overtime. So your 3 stars in this one, McKinnon, Shesterkin, and Blackwood. Shots on net, 10-9 Rangers in the first, 13-8 Colorado in the second, 18-8 Colorado in the third, and they get the only shot of overtime. Final shots, 41-26 for Colorado. Both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play. The hits, 32-21 for the Rangers. Blackwood saves 24-26. Shesterkin saves 38 out of 41. All right, now let's go to the game where all the goals reside. It was Columbus versus Florida. It was Merzlikins versus Bobrovsky, and neither of these goaltenders had a particularly stellar game today. So it's Luostarinen back in the lineup for Florida. You can see that definitely helped their attack. The teams trade early rushes and turnovers. Lundestrom has a shot that's held during some pressure by Columbus. In fact, 3.5 minutes in, Columbus has 3 of the first 4 shots on net. The Panthers press at 5.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. We then get a power play for Columbus, and they score on it. Severson tips a point shot in with 2 seconds left in the penalty, so it's a power play goal at 7:40. Provorov and Sillinger with the assists. Chinakhov has a rush chance that's kicked aside, and then at 9:47 on a turnover, Rodriguez buries one from the doorstep to tie the game at 1. The assist to Samoskevich. The Panthers then look for the lead. Balinskis has a wrister that's held. We get some pushing after that. Sillinger to Michachuk, 2-on-1 chance gets blocked by Florida. Shots are 8-5 Columbus with 8 minutes left. Columbus with some pressure with 6.5 minutes left. Gaunt scores. It's ruled that he kicked it in. It wasn't intentionally kicked in. I don't think he actually saw it at his feet when he kicked it in, but it was off the instep. It was a kicking motion. It's a kick. Gaunt's protested, and Evason was not happy most of the day, and this is where it starts. Jones has a rush chance. That's caught and held. It's 1-1. That's your score after the first. Second period. 5:26 in, Voronkov tips a point shot top shelf. Provorov and Werenski with the assists. So here's full transparency. So because I did that second video today where I talked about all 32 teams, it overlapped with the start of the second period for this game. One thing that I've changed this year is that I don't have to watch every single minute of every game on a Saturday, because it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to do that. And as soon as I went back to the game, the scoring started. So Columbus gets this goal as I go back to watching the hockey, and I was done the other video. So it was the second shot by Columbus in like about 16 minutes of action. So Florida was dominant, and yet Columbus makes it 2-1. And then at 5:57, Wood goes 5-hole in alone via a 2-on-1 rush. Goals on back-to-back shots, Coyle and Lundestrom with the assists. And once again, neither goaltender I thought had a stellar day today. Kent Johnson then has a slot shot that's kicked aside. The crowd's really quiet at this point. Florida crowds can be very excessively loud and excessively quiet during the same game, as we saw today. Panthers press at 9.5 minutes. Everything's pushy at 9 minutes and 43 seconds. The shots are 6-4 Columbus at the half, and at 10:24 it's a backhand top shelf from the slot by Kirill the Thrill Marchenko, with the goal from Fantilli and Voronkov. Wild fans are like, he's not Kirill the Thrill, it's Kaprizov. Kirill. Marchand's then denied via 2-on-run rush, and then the Panthers score. It's challenged for a missed game stoppage. Doesn't come off the board. Evason's not happy again. So Verhaeghe gets the goal from Jones and Marchand at 11:15, and this means that they go to the power play. And sure enough, at 13:10, just before this power play's done, they score. It's a chip shot from in close. Verhaeghe with his second goal in a row. Marchand and Bennett with the assists. And suddenly you have yourself a 4-3 score in favor of Columbus. Panthers go back to the power play after some pressure by Columbus, and the Panthers would score again on said power play. It's a point shot pass to screen by Seth Jones at 16:12. Reinhart and Bennett with the assists. We have ourselves a 4-4 tie. The Panthers press with 2.5 minutes left, but at 18:26, Sillinger puts one in off Forsling's skate. The assist to Johnson and Matejchuk gives Columbus the lead back at 5-4, and that's your score after 2 periods of play. In the third, Bennett's denied on a rebound off the rush, and then at 2:27, on a 2-on-1 rush, Lundestrom scores the assist to Wood and Smith. So Columbus with a 2-goal lead at 6-4. However, at 4:07, Marchand goes around Merzlikins on a net drive. The assist to Bennett and Verhaeghe cuts the lead down to 1. And with the way the goaltending was today, no lead's really and truly safe. And I put right here, neither goalie's been their best today. Panthers draw a power play, that's killed off. Columbus, then they draw a power play, that's killed off as well. Lundell with a delay of game call at 7:59 left, that gets killed off as well, and not long after he gets out of the box at 14:17. Lundell catches Merzlikins completely out of the net. Merzlikins come out to play the puck. Didn't go well. Lundell gets it into the net before he gets back into position. The assist to Luostarinen and Reinhart with 2:59 left. Florida gets a power play. That's killed off as well. We're going to overtime. Columbus came into this 2-4 in overtime. Florida came into this 0-1 in overtime. So a lot more experience for Columbus, but not a lot more success. Columbus controls early. They draw a power play. The fans called one during that power play. The referee did not. So fans weren't happy there, but Florida does kill off the penalty. Marchenko has a slot shot that's held, and then at 4:56, just as I'm writing shootout on the board, Florida doesn't go to a shootout. They end it. Bennett buries one on a fast break. Forsling and Marchand with the assists. It's a 7-6 overtime victory for Florida. A game that I watched a lot of it on mute. I got to be honest, there are certain broadcast crews that when it's all-day hockey, I'm like, it's too much screaming. And the Florida broadcast crew, it's just too loud. It's just too much screaming all the time by the play-by-play announcer. It doesn't matter how little there is going on in the ice. The volume's always... And it's not the only one. In fact, it is about that time of year where I talk about broadcasts and which ones I like the most and why and all that. So, yeah, I was like, I've got to just go ahead and mute this and just watch it on mute. So the third period, the overtime, I watched basically almost all of it on mute. 3 stars, Bennett, Verhaeghe, and Marchand. The funny thing is I was writing out the 3 stars, and they ended up being the exact 3 stars that I wrote down. So that populated just before I started the video. I'm like, okay, cool. So I got the same 3 stars they did. Shots on net, 9-8 Florida in the first, 15-12 Florida in the second, 12-6 Florida in the third. Final shots, or the shots in overtime, 5-4 Columbus, but Florida with the shot that was necessary to get the victory. Final shots, 40-31 for Florida. Power plays, Columbus 1-for-4, Florida 2-for-4. The hits, 30-15 for Florida. And again, Bennett, Verhaeghe, Marchand, the 3 stars. Merzlikins, 33 saves on 40 shots. Rough day for him. Rough day for Bobrovsky as well, saving 25 out of 31. So this is not the kind of game that coaches enjoy, but it's the kind fans enjoy. And there you go. Let me know your thoughts on these 2 games as we get ready for a 10-game night in the National Hockey League. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.